We're going to try out the Thrunite TC15, and this is supposed to be the brightest flashlight of this size out right now, and it's a limited time run. It's pretty cool. TC15, and high is 1050 lumens, and turbo is 2300 lumens, and that's real lumens. So we're going to try this in an underground mine. Actually, we were going to try this in an underground mine, but unfortunately this one has been culverted, and this is becoming all too common, which leads me to talk about something else that's kind of come up recently. I always get a lot of questions about sharing names and locations of mines and accessibilities, and exploring abandoned mines in the United States is a little bit different than Canada or Mexico or the UK or some of the other European countries. You know, here in the States, the land management agencies watch these videos and watch the social media sites for places to prioritize closing up. And that's one reason why I go to great lengths to try and shield the location, because I don't want to be responsible for causing what you see here. This is becoming all too common, and the philosophy in the United States is a bit different than, like I mentioned, Canada or the United Kingdom, where they're okay with mine exploring, and it's not haram like it is here in the States. I mean, it's probably largely driven by the litigious nature of people and the control freak nature of our government trying to shut down and close up, anything that could be enjoyed or even moderately or mildly dangerous to the public. A lot of people would just say, well, that's rebar. Why don't you just defeat that, and go right through it? Well, that's not a very bright thing to do on video, is it? Defeating something that the government installed, or taking artifacts that are protected or anything like that on video, that's just not a real bright thing, and we don't do that. At least not in this group on this channel. We don't breach stuff like this. If there's someone else has done it, well, then whatever. Or if there's a workaround, but in this case, it's very obvious that they don't want anybody in here. So I guess we could kind of look in here with the TC15 and dream. It's a big tunnel. It's a real big tunnel. Yeah, it's a bright light. On turbo, it really, really goes. Let's see. It gets hot, too. Oh, disco mode. It's low, medium, high. So, unfortunately, we can't show you guys this one, but this is why I don't give out locations. This is why I try and cover locations, because I don't want to be responsible for this. And I know that the land management agency guys watch my videos, and, I don't want to give anything away. So that's why we do things the way we do in the United States. It's the paranoid nanny state nature of our culture and our government. And it's an unfortunate thing, because if you go back into the 80s and 90s, all these things were just completely wide open. And so that's a look at the, come on, focus, the Thrunite TC15. And these flies, they really are into me. They're going up my nose and every other place. And yes, it is micro USB rechargeable, 18650 powered, and you can use a flat top 18650 in this little guy. All right. More asbestos, more asbestos. More asbestos.
I like asbestos. Makes me feel good when you breathe it.
More asbestos, more asbestos.
You know what's worse than the asbestos are these flies.
So this motor is 440, 7.5 horsepower at 900 RPM. And we can get the frame looks like 243. So that'll tell you everything about it. And then the ratio of that thing right there says ratio 38.4. So then we have the reduction, the belt reduction here between the two pulleys. Then we have the 38.4 ratio there. Then we have the ratio of that gear to the drum. So if you were to figure all this out, imagine the torque multiplication though. I mean, if this is 7.5 horsepower, imagine the amount of torque that drum has on it with all the reduction. And I bet it's like a half a RPM or something. Big blowers wrapped in asbestos, sucking the mercury gas out of the rotary ovens and blowing it into the condensing unit where it cools off and condenses down to full liquid mercury. I don't know why the thought of pure mercury gas is so appealing to me. And I don't know why these timbers are not appealing to me. But look at that. That's just asbestos. Transite, which is a cement asbestos mix. And then just pure, fluffy, white asbestos mineral. Don't you just love the thought of mercury gas? Doesn't that just raise your IQ just thinking about it? God.
Dude. Lemon filling. You want me to open it? I'm gonna open it.
Not really.
I'm gonna open it.
This is all ranch. Hidden Valley Ranch.
This almond filling.
Dude, check that out.
Are those bees?
Yes, they are. You don't hear it? I heard this thing that sounded like an engine, but hey, why don't we throw some ranch at it, dude? Let's open up.
When I did that, I got stung 13 times.
Let's open up a thing of lemon filling and throw it at the bees. All ranch. And this is all glass cleaner.
There it is.
Hidden Valley Ranch. Just Diet Crystal Pepsi. The clear cola. So this is all insulation that dropped down into the freezer of thousands of bottles of Hidden Valley Ranch. Wow, look at all the coffee. Snow Bowl. Remove stubborn rust and hard water stains. Liquid disinfectant. We have a ranch stain on the back wall, a ranch stain.
Internet machine?
No, it's a computer monitor.
Yeah, ancient internet machine.
So, no, it didn't do internet. So who makes it?
Yes, it did.
Is it a full computer? No.
Yeah, looks like it. Look at all these little fucking system pins and stuff.
The dip switches?
Yeah.
It's a fuse.
Still good, isn't it?
Auxiliary port, main port. Somebody Klinko torculated the cord, though, and shot it. Here, let's flip it over. Someone put a bullet through it, right? Or a BB? Yeah.
Yeah.
22.
Tried to. You know, pick those up. It's very hot, Betsy. It's very hot in here.
It could be Porco Twerkladex. More asbestos. Ah, the aroma of rodent feces. Come to where the flavor is. Come to feces country.